Hi guys, Jay Borders here, and today I am going to be reviewing Transformers: The Last Night. It is directed by Michael Bay, and before I get into this review, I want to give my personal history with the Transformers series. So, let's start off back in 2007, where it all begun, the Transform movies. I remember seeing this movie. Actually, I remember seeing the teaser for it. And I was just, man, this looks like it could be really good. I mean, it was hype, man. I remember seeing this as a kid. And I just, man, I think I was like 9, maybe 10 years old, somewhere around there. I think I was like 9. Um, and I was just hyped seeing the teaser. They really made it look good, and it just seemed there was just so much mystery to it. I still remember it. And so the movie came out, and I loved it. As a kid, I loved this movie. It was really good. I thought it was really good. And over time, I've kind of changed my opinion on it. But for the most part, I still like it. It's a good movie. So then we moved to the second one. Oh, and there was a lot of hype around this movie. A lot of hype. Me and my brothers were like, we were so into Transformers at that time. We would get the toys and so much other stuff. But we were so excited for this movie because the first one was really good, and we just expected the second one to be even better. So we would like look online and try to find information about the movie, how the production was going and out, or that sort of things. And so, there was just a lot of hype, and we were just hyped up for the movie. So Transformers Revenge of the Fallen came out. And at first viewing, I loved the movie. I loved it. I was a kid, I was young, but it's really not a good movie. So, yeah, my opinion on that has definitely changed, for sure. But back then, I thought it was a cool movie. It was a cool movie. So, at the time, it was cool. But now looking back, it's actually not. It's not as good as I thought it was. So then we move to Transformers Dark of the Moon. Oh man. And same thing with Revenge of the Fallen. There was a lot of hype around this movie and a lot of speculation. Same with the last one, same with this one. My brothers and I really were excited for these movies, and we became huge fans of the Transformers, and we went on to watch the cartoons and things like that around this time. So we became big fans of the Transformers. So Dark of the Moon came out. Thought it was great. Thought it was better than the last one. And I still hold my opinion of this movie. I do like this one. I feel it's just as good as the first, if not a bit better. I do like Dark of the Moon, personally. That's just my opinion. I do like Dark of the Moon. And then we move to 2004. I mean, not 2004, 2014, where the fourth movie came out, and Age of Extinction was the name of it. Transformers: Age of Extinction came out, and I saw it. I thought it was good. But then over time, I started to see the problems with these movies. And it was at this point where I really like when I rewatched Age of Extinction, I noticed it's not as good as I thought it was. And my opinion on the movie started to change, and so I don't consider it as bad as Revenge of the Fallen, but Age of Extinction to me personally Just didn't have a lot going on, and it's not as good as the first and the third movie. So, but it is better than the second. So, at this time, I kind of lost interest in the Transformer movies. I still liked them, I still enjoyed them, but they weren't what they were to me before, because I have found other things that I was interested in. So Transformers kind of, my expectations for the films weren't as high as they were before. So when I heard about The Last Night, I was like, cool, great, another Transformer movie. But I wasn't super hyped like I was before the other four. I wasn't super hyped like that. So going in, I didn't expect anything fantastic. What I expected was a Transformers movie, and everyone should have expected the same thing. And I feel like people are are expecting so much out of these movies when they're just entertainment. They're just here to entertain people. That's all the Transformer movies are. And I feel like people, in my opinion, I feel people are being way too hard on these movies. If you don't like the movie, fine, but just know that the movie is not trying to be anything amazing. It's just being a movie, a Transformers movie. So when I saw it last night, I thought it was okay. There are a lot of people saying this is the worst Transformers movie. But you know what? I'm going to speak my opinion, and I'm not going to care what anyone else says. This movie is not that bad. It's really not. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's okay. And again, my expectations were kind of they were kind of they were kind of low. I didn't expect anything fantastic. When I saw a lot of the reviews, I'm like, oh man, this is not good. This might be the worst Transformers movie. But then I actually saw it, and it actually surpassed my expectations. Yeah, it's not perfect. A lot of the characters could have been better and things like that, but it's it's a Transformers movie, and I expected nothing more than a Transformers movie. So yeah, but I'm gonna get into a few negatives. I'm gonna get into a few negatives because this movie is not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying I appreciate it for what it is. And my expectations going into this movie were not very high, and it actually surpassed them. I will say that there aren't a lot of Transformer fights in this movie. Actually, there's only really one Transformers fight, and that's Bumblebee versus Optimus. And that fight was so underwhelming. The trailers had it hyped up like it was going to be something amazing. You know, but I was really excited for that. But watching it, it was very underwhelming, I have to say. And then a lot could have been better. You know, Another thing is the movie is still pretty long, and I feel like some things didn't necessarily need to be there. The flow of the movie could have been better, could have been more structured. I feel the story just kind of went, it just kind of went too fast, and it just kind of got a bit complex almost. They could have clarified some things, made some things easier to understand. I feel a lot of movies could do better with that, make things more easier to understand. You know, I feel they could do better. They could have did better with that. And a lot of the humor just needs to leave these movies. I don't mind some of the humor, but just a lot of it can go, honestly. So I'm not saying this movie is perfect at all, but I am saying, you know, It's not as bad as people saying, and it's not. I don't even think it's the worst Transformers movie. I don't know where I would rank it in the Transformers movies. I don't know where to put it, but it's not. It's definitely not as bad as Revenge of the Fallen, and I think it may be a little better than Age of Extinction, but still not as good as 1 and 3. I think that's where I think that's where I'll put it. But it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to place it in a particular rank. But I'm gonna give this movie a C. It was okay. Again, going into this movie, I didn't expect anything. I just expected a fun Transformers movie, and I kind of got that, you know, and I'm happy with that. Is what I'm saying. That's all I really have to say here. So you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys later.